Welcome back to Offended Outcast. Yes, the doggies are safe, and so am I. Well, there's been some allegations made about me on the internet, and as usual, some are true and some are not so true. So let's get right into this. Yes, my name is Raymond Krebs, and yes, I'm on the sex offender registry list here in Kentucky. 21 years ago, over 2 decades, I was charged with a crime, convicted, and sent to prison. Later, that case was overturned by the Kentucky Supreme Court. All of this information is public knowledge, easily accessible. And later, the same county reshuffled the charges, refiled the case, and round 2 begins. So now I'm faced with a hard choice. Try to fight a lengthy battle, another 2.5 years in court with no resources, or take a plea deal. And we all know the end result of that, don't we? So there it is, in a nutshell. I will go into this more in detail later. No, I did not share this with you. You're right. And some of you feel betrayed. And some of you feel angry. Some of you are disappointed. And for that, I'm sorry. But my business is my own, just like yours is. Later on, the next few days, I will get into this in more detail and tell you my side of the story and share with you what 21 years of living on the registry is like. So stay tuned. I'm glad you watched. And, well, until next time, let's rise together.
He hit it successfully says he joined 2025. So he made it a little over a year. In his description, and let me step back, offended outcast. I'm guessing had this guy came across the radar, it'd be clear something was up, right? It says in his description, welcome to, and this has been amended since he's been exposed, right? It says, welcome to Offended Outcasts. This is a space for those who were left behind by family, by society, or by the system. If you've ever been rejected, shamed, or forgotten, you're not alone. Boy, it sound like you dog whistling other sex offenders to come over here and hang out with your ass now. I'm a registered sex offender. My name is Raymond. I'm not going to say his last name. I was convicted of the crime of rape. I'm about real life, living with limitations, loneliness, homelessness, senior isolation, mental health, low income, and surviving on Social Security. We explore topics that are impacting our lives on a national level with deep dives that expose the data and the truth. Imagine the word expose being in there and then you even just seeming halfway upset looking ass. You are not alone. Mostly all of you are alone, except for the weird group of sex offenders. And you are not forgotten. Connection is still possible. Sometimes it needs a fresh start and a little courage. But we're not just surviving, we're learning how to thrive. When others fail to step up, the one must take their place. Subscribe, share your story, and join the community. You urging people to share their story while you keeping yours private, looking ass. Let me tell you what. And this is just my take. All of these things that you're suffering from, limitations, loneliness, homelessness, senior isolation, mental health, those could all be contributing factors or the remaining residuals of you being a pedophile, sir. Let's just keep it real, okay? Yeah, you got some shit going on upstairs, Jack. But guess what? You were 38, she was 13. You ought to know better. Okay? Now, I think that it becomes more clear towards the bottom that you're going to turn this thing, you're going to take this bus around the corner, and guess what's going to happen? You're going to turn this into a gathering spot for other fucking weirdos on the internet. If it's not already that, I don't know. But let me tell you what, sir. There was just one thing in your story that didn't make no sense. You was charged. You went to prison. That's what you said. A couple of years later, Superior Court overturns your case. They shuffle the charges, and now you being charged again. Something about that stinks, my friend, because what you making it sound like is they could take one initial charge, lock you up for it, let you out, or the Superior Court could overturn it, and then they can hit you with a lesser charge. And then it goes down and down and down and down and down, and then you be serving the rest of your life. What made them stop charging you? Now, I don't know how much reshuffling they did of this deck, but you were convicted of rape, homie. Now, forgive me if I'm wrong. The only thing that I know that is the trump card in the weird deck you got them shuffling on you is aggravated rape. So if they only went down to rape, stands to reason maybe you was looking at some aggravated rape, which aggravated could have a lot to do with the age of the child, or with the threat of a weapon, or with using a weapon in commission of your felony. Anyways, it's super fucking disingenuous. You've been here hiding in front of people's faces, and then what you do is you sort of you make all of the stigmas, seem true again. Not that I never believed they weren't, but that you're hiding in front of people's face, right in our space, homie. You hiding in our space, right? Just like people in your neighborhood where you live at know that you're an offender, kind of stands to reason that people in this neighborhood should know too, right? You're not hiding it from the people, your neighbors, you're not hiding it from them. And you live in rural Kentucky, so how many neighbors could you have? But you hiding it from 188,000 people, homie. And now that you've been exposed, 2 minutes and 32 seconds is all you got. That was 4 days ago, homie. You said you was gonna come on here and you was gonna explain this shit. I don't want to know. If there's inquiring minds out there, well then guess what? You appease them. I don't care. I know all I need to know. Anyways. That's really all I have to say about that. Y'all have a great day.